What would it be, Ryan the Great? And today we are talking the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets, guys. Goodness gracious. Sorry if I'm coughing during this video. I just cough. I don't know why I'm coughing, but it is what it is. The Philadelphia Eagles have swung a trade. They have sent Hassan Redick to the New York Jets yesterday. So we will be breaking down this trade. The Eagles, obviously, that could not get Hassan Redick paid. And they needed to, swing a deal to get rid of him. They could not command his $30 million per year request, and he is going to the New York Jets. But honestly, I don't know if it's bad for Hassan Reddick. He wanted to stay, in his home. He goes to New York, only 2 hours away, or technically New Jersey, only an hour away, 2 hours away, depending on where he lives. So, it's not that bad for him and location-wise. But anyway, we're going to talk about football. So let's just get right into it. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you guys subscribe with your post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Living Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Around the Cod Great. Make sure you guys go find me on X, Around the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go find me on TikTok at Around the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Around the Great Podcast. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's run the video. Let's roll that intro. Won't be Ryan the Great, and today it'll be intercepted! The defensive line. What the hell are you doing? No effort whatsoever when it came to the defense. That he is 0 for 2 today. Come on, Stotty. Stop! 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 Red slam! First pitch! Bring him in! Braxton! Stop! Bring that! Yes! Oh, damn. 1, 2, 3. What? Alright, let's start the video. So starting off, we're going to break down the conditions of this deal. So, the New York Jets are going to receive Hassan Reddick, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to receive a conditional 2026 third-round pick that could turn into a second-round pick if Hassan Reddick plays 67.5% of his snaps and has 10 or more sacks this upcoming season. So that's the conditions of this deal. Let's talk about what this trade means for the New York Jets. I think this move has a chance to really work out for the New York Jets. Reddick's production, I believe, speaks for itself in these past four seasons, he has had 10 or more plus sacks for 3 separate teams. That is very impressive when you think about the fact that he was most likely the main focus, I guess you could say, on the Panthers and Arizona Cardinals when it comes to that defensive line. But now I think he has a chance to really fit into this Jets defensive line because of the fact he's going to be rotating there with Will McDonald, who was a first-round pick. Do I think he was worth using a first-round pick on? No. Do I think he has a chance to be a half-decent edge rusher? I do. Robert Saleh does like his rotational edge rushers, so I think this will be able to work out. Obviously, Reddick getting a little bit older, his but his snap count might go down. In turn, I guess his production will go down. But anyway, you guys have Jermaine Johnson as well on the edge. I believe he had 8 sacks this past season, something around there. And he, I believe, was in the Pro Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, or he was close to it. Either way, I think that the Jets will have a top 3 defensive line, especially on edge rusher, across the board in all statistical categories, because you obviously have Jermaine Johnson. You have Quinnen Williams. You have Hassan Reddick, and you have Will McDonald, who has the potential to be a half-decent player in this league. So you're going to have, your top guy, your guy that, can definitely take it to the next step, and then your guy who's looking to build off of, a half-decent rookie season. Well, not really. He didn't really get that many snaps, but that being Will McDonald. But hopefully he can build up his production in this upcoming season. So you have a level of everything on your defensive line, which is honestly pretty good. And there's a bad side to this trade as well. I think that, basically trading Josh Huff for Hassan Reddick, I don't know if it was the greatest move. Josh Huff commanded a $17 million salary. You're going to be paying Hassan Reddick $15 million, but if you want to keep him, you're going to have to maybe meet his demand of salary, that being $30 million, because if he was willing to not take a pay cut with the Philadelphia Eagles and not accept the $27 million offer that the Eagles were looking to offer him, And then he's going somewhere away from home. I don't think he's going to soften his stance at all. I don't think the New York Jets are going to be able to afford $30 million because they've already paid Quinnen Williams. And then when you take into the fact they're going to have to pay a guy like a Sauce Gardner, they're going to have to pay other guys on their defense that, have really helped them become one of the top defenses in the NFL. Paying Hassan Reddick $30 million per year at 30 years old, it just doesn't make too much sense. And speaking of age, Josh Huff is a lot younger. He's 5 years younger than Hassan Reddick. Obviously commands a lot less of salary. I think that this deal has a chance, I think this will work out in the short term. In the long term, it might not work out, but it doesn't really have much of a chance to affect the Jets in any major way, shape, or form. But anyway, what does this trade mean for the Philadelphia Eagles? I'm not upset that the Eagles traded Hassan Reddick. I obviously like Reddick. I have his Kelly Green jersey that's going to be useless now. I'm not upset that the Eagles traded him. What I'm upset is that they softened their stance of what they were going to get for him. The Eagles said to the press, maybe didn't say to the press, but what was being released from the press is that the Eagles were not going to soften their stance in a second-round pick that they wanted to get for Hassan Reddick or more. We were hearing that maybe they could get a first-round pick in the later rounds or in the later first round for Hassan Reddick that I definitely wouldn't have been mad at. I'm glad that the Eagles are getting Bryce Huff and, making him probably the top edge rusher on this defensive line. He obviously has a lot to prove because he got a $17 million contract after 10 sacks this past season, has only done it once. And he definitely needs to prove that he can continuously do that throughout his career. And then you have Nolan Smith, who is a half-decent edge rusher. We don't really, obviously get Georgia, but can he really do it in the NFL? Can he stay healthy is a big question. I have my reservations about Nolan Smith. I really wanted to draft Brian Branch. It is a good thing that we do have him now because of the fact that Hassan Reddick is now gone. But he definitely has a lot to prove. Josh Sweat needs to prove why he deserves a contract extension from the Philadelphia Eagles. So I am glad that a lot of these guys have chips on their shoulders and are, going to be hungry to, get, praise, money, production. So they're going to have, hopefully, a good year on the defensive line, a lot better than last season. They have a lot, these guys have a lot to prove, and I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder to do it. That's what I'd like to see. I just wish they would have gotten more for Hassan Reddick. There were rumors about trading Houston trading the number 30th overall pick to the Philadelphia Eagles for Hassan Reddick. I feel like that would have been very good. We could have went offensive line, offensive tackle. This is a very deep offensive tackle draft class. You could have went wide receiver. I think Xavier Worthy could have been there at that number 30 overall pick, so that would have been good to get. You could have built off for the future at that third wide receiver spot. Devontae Parker's not going to last here forever. It is what it is. There obviously is some good things about this. The only thing I just don't like is that they didn't get what I expected them to get, or they softened their stance. Anyway, also I think Howie and Douglas have this sort of friendship of some sort. I think Douglas was with the Eagles for some certain amount of time, until he went to the New York Jets. So they have some sort of deal. They have to have some sort of deal because there's no way the Eagles are going to. I don't think Howie's very aggressive with his players. I just can't see him softening his stance for a conditional third round pick and having all of these incentives or requirements to get a second round pick. It just doesn't seem like Howie Roseman. I don't know. Either way, that'll do it for this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Laying the Great blog. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel, Run the Cotton Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X or RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter, Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.